Happy Friday.
Oh,
We're
hello.
live. Let me see about this. Oh, that's better. Happy Friday.
Happy
What's up,
Friday.
people?
What's going on? What's going on?
Um,
How's your week been?
my week was great. Look at you. You're growing. You're growing. The first time he's ever asked how my week was.
Because
And I get to go first.
because anytime I ask or getting ready to ask, you jump in first and be like, "Oh, how was my week?"
He supports Black women. Actually, I would not like to go first right now because I have to go live on Facebook.
See,
I know you can't do that right.
can't no, I no longer support black
That's how it be. You're like, oh, one
I
woman
tried.
be destroying it for everybody. Apologies. Yeah, go ahead. You talk about hey people. You say how your week was.
I had another regular ass week where I went to work.
Oh, it's
Thursday.
live already. Okay, good.
Been to work every day since last time we was here.
Oh,
But I'm off tomorrow.
This is the first day that you're off.
And in a minute, in a couple weeks.
But wow, I commend you. Thank you for your service.
Nobody appreciate me. Let's be honest.
No, really. Anybody can do that. And
Exactly. Not anybody can do.
no. You dumb. But
I have no
thank you for your
delusions
service.
of grandeur as far as that goes.
What was I going to say? Oh, well, that was your week. My week was amazing. I was back on stage. Oh, my eyes are so bad. Allergies. Before I talk about what I did this week, allergies. Who else's allergies are bothering them? Like I wake up and my eyes are like stuck together.
My phone actually gives me an alert for high pollen count, and it's been up for the last 2 days.
Oh, okay, it has to be because I'm like my eyes feel like I just want to scratch my eyeballs, and I know I can't do that, but you can just a little bit.
No, you shouldn't.
Just a little bit. You just put your little.
And
make
then
sure
they'll
the
keep
nail
going.
not sharp.
No, and then you'll just keep going, and they'll be all red and irritated, and stop. Don't do it.
It's so much.
Leave it alone.
But anyway, this week I was back on stage. I did a performance with my crew, Diecast Philly. .com/org/gov ed. But if you look up Diecast Philly, you'll find us. And we did a great it was a very interesting, good performance with NFTs and AIs and stuff. We're going to keep to develop it. But it felt so good. Oh, the first night, hilarious. Not hilarious at the time, but at the time still this is like, well. So I'm on stage. It's a term like on stage for actors, like if you go up, that means you go up on your lines and you forget your lines. So this is not what I did. I was so tired the whole day. I'm getting old. And I'm okay with it. I just need to recognize that about myself and know that all the naps that I took before were just fun naps. The naps I need now, these are needed naps. I had to nap all the time, just so much fun. But now I need them. So I go to the show and at my homie, my favorite burner spot, and I'm sitting there and I was like, let me get up and walk outside. So I walk outside, and by the time I was coming back in, we were going to the space. We're at the Bra House, South Street, 7 something. So I get in there and we like go over our stuff, and while I'm at the performance, I sit down.
We're starting to skip.
I see. Hopefully we do good.
All right. Well.
Ooh, look at this, like magic. So I sit down, and as I'm sitting down, like just waiting, like through the process of the show, I feel my body sink back a little bit, and I was like, oh no. So I started touching my face, and I started doing stuff like this. Like, okay, we about to go up. I go up. I'm doing my lines. I'm in the flow. I close my eyes. Well, it felt like I closed my eyes for a good minute or 2 or longer. Because when I opened my eyes, it just was like, you woke up. And in my head, I said, did I fall asleep? But it didn't stop there because I just put my head down and I said, get up. You're in the middle of a performance. Then I was just like, where was I? Oh, and this. why I never fell asleep standing up.
That's crazy.
It was crazy because I closed my eyes and it just like it felt like it was a long time. And I opened them and it was like real like bright.
What is your cat up to?
I don't know. All right, it's getting better than I think. Thanks. But then the last performance was last night. Awesome. We had different crowds, different responses. I really enjoyed the piece. I really enjoyed working with my people, so it's cool. So that was my week. What are we talking about this week? Hopefully everybody had a great week or an interesting week. Oh, week. Everybody's here. That's great. That's great right
wow.
there. Great.
You'll have to start with that top story because I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know nothing about that one.
Oh, I think what did I do? Why did I put? Oh, okay. I'll just talk about it really quickly because it's funny. I was watching on I like this podcast, I guess, Abba and Preach, the one when we was like, we don't know which one is Abba or Preach because their names don't fit them. And it was a girl on there talking about she was forced to toss somebody salad. How you forced? No. She said a man forced her to toss the salad. I'm like, how? You behind him. How do he how do he grab you?
Stop.
No, I just want to know. Or was it like this? It could have been like that. And the eye thing. Oh, did y'all know what teabagging was? Okay, never mind. I'm going too far. It's too early. But no, she like how does like he hold your head while you got control.
He said, "Do it or else."
No, yeah, like how can you as somebody in that position control anybody? Like you in a raw position, like raw. So I was like, I didn't agree with
I didn't see it. So
the idea of it, but possibly I don't ever want to be forced to toss somebody salad. No. I'm good on that. Everybody. Okay. We'll just go down the list.
All right. I did read this story briefly.
Yeah, we were talking about that. So it was somebody who went to a Chris Brown concert who was called up on stage. She went to the concert with her boyfriend. And she went on stage and Chris Brown gave her a lap dance. Boyfriend got mad and broke up with her. My thing is, the man should not have tested whatever she was going to do, because if he got upset with it, he must was thinking like maybe she's not going to go up on stage. As the woman, I think I wouldn't have went up on stage, or I would have been like, I would have went up on stage, but I would like, yo, he could have had to be here at a distance. Like we would have had a fun dance. I would have been grandma. Yeah. Because not if you with your man, you can't have nobody else, another man grinding on you while your man is there. And then you walk back to him and be like,
Some people say, well, he famous and you know it's not real.
He said on her face.
That would be forceful.
I didn't think of that, Ladonna. Genius. That is pure genius. Yeah, that's a forcible one. Okay. Well, you learn something every day. But yeah, that thing about, I think he shouldn't have been at the concert with it if that was the case, or he should have said something. Weird relationships. All right, it's skipping a little bit. There we go.
Yeah, I don't really know how I feel about that. Like, is she really going to be with Chris Brown ever again? Is she ever going to see him again?
But it doesn't mean
yeah, it's definitely disrespectful. Definitely disrespectful. Definitely, we need to have an argument about it. I don't know. It depends on how we feel.
I told you, I go to a concert in the Dells. If I go to the Dell concert, it's two of them left. And they start singing, if you stay, darling. I'm going to say, I'm staying in your corner. They can, if you're out there, anybody know them? I know they perform a lot at the Dell in Philadelphia. I will be there.
For the names.
It's me. I'm okay with it. Don't sit on my face. Not okay with that. Not okay with that. But yeah, that was now it's the heavier topics. We went light today. We might go some light. We have a lot of stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
There was another shooting.
It's always another shooting
At an elementary school, a Catholic elementary school, a Christian elementary school.
Yeah.
Fun fact, or not fun fact, Catholic, although I don't know if it's an East Coast thing, is like most schools are Catholic schools, not Christian schools, is a small percentage of this country. And I guess that's why they didn't like John F. Kennedy, because he was a Catholic, because everybody else was heathens. But I'm not saying if you're not a Catholic, you're a heathen, because I'm not a Catholic and I'm not a heathen. But no, like they say Christian schools, and I'm like, I don't know anything about no Christian schools, only Catholic schools and Muslim schools. But oh, excuse me. It was a Christian school. It was a 28-year-old transgender. I get that mixed up. And they went into the school and shot up, killed 6 people and injured some people. And when I heard what it was, I said, somebody must have touched that girl. Somebody must have.
And what I was looking at, like they were saying, one of the founders of the school, church, the whole thing was actually into touching little kids. And then they found out about him, and took them another 10 years before they excommunicated him from the church. He was still hanging around doing church stuff. And then when they finally got rid of him, he opened like this halfway house, or like this place for troubled runaway teens.
Oh my
and I'm like, his wife left him, everything else. So I mean, the public knew who he was, and they were still letting him work with children. So like,
that's so. How
but
many
that
people
just not. But none of that justifies killing kids.
No, none of that justifies killing kids at all. However, I want to say a but or however, I don't know what goes through someone's mind that has been through something like that, and then nobody's believing you, and then you see that he gets to go on,
or they don't care,
and they get to go on and hurt other people, and it's just like, deal with it. I don't know. Everybody deals with things differently. Not saying that's the way to deal with anything, but this is one of the ones I'm like, oh, this was a mental case one, because all the other ones, get some bad kids, y'all should do something with them. This one, when I saw it, I was like, I think this is one of them, like the person had enough or couldn't cope, or getting this one is the one I say was a mental health one. All them other ones, y'all should whoop y'all kids' A's, and some of y'all allowed that stuff. But I just knew something was kind of off about this one, and I said she must have been molested.
I don't know. I don't give none of them an out ever. It's never right.
I'm not an out.
I don't care what happens to you. You can't just take it out on other people, unless it's the people who did it to you. And in which case, sometimes maybe.
Yeah, it's not an out. I just don't know how people process things.
Yeah.
Like I was talking to my homie Nick last night, and talking about helping people in Kensington with the drugs. And I was like, I'm not going out there to help anybody. I'm not here to tell people how they should live. But I can do this. I say, well, how about if you wanted to have like a meditation or a qigong class or something, or have them in the park? I'll come out and do a demonstration like that. If you shut up, what you laughing about?
I was just thinking about the balls. I'll be out. Like,
yeah. Oh my gosh, that would be great. And maybe moving and stuff like that.
And then just be stuck there, like.
Yeah, and then stuck. He like, come on, we're moving on. But I say I'll do that. But you don't know what those drugs are keeping people from not doing. You don't know if that's not keeping them from shooting up somebody, or
what demons they holding the back.
Yeah, I mean, no, really, because a lot of times people, especially like people who hear voices, they need to calm those. Sedate some of those voices. It may not sedate them, but it sedate some of those voices. So you don't know, but you can offer services which you will able to give them a different outlook on life, and maybe that will get them to choose. Because that's their choice.
I don't agree randomly going into other people's neighborhoods and cleaning up.
Like, what do you know about?
If you're going to go help with social services, go find out what the people need and bring them what they need, that's one thing. But you just go in there, I'm going to clean up because you don't.
So I was like, no, and I'm not getting stuck with no needles.
You don't live down there.
I'm not touching the doorsteps and stuff from fentanyl.
That's not for you.
I'm not going down there. That's not a choice. People who
live there to do that, and if they don't want that done, then
that's not a choice of mine, because I can touch a doorknob or something and they got fentanyl on it and I'm dead. I don't live that lifestyle, so why am I hanging out down there? Now, if we want to do something specific for them, I don't mind doing something specific for the community. But that'll be their choice to come to attend, and that means they are making choices for their life. But I don't go about people's lives and be making choices for them. I ain't got time. I got naps.
Hey, something we agree on.
Important naps. Yeah, we agree, son. Most.
Yeah.
Oh, who was the lady, the councilwoman who she got pulled over by the cop, and he was like, "Have you been drinking?" And she said, "No." Yes, maybe,
perhaps.
Like,
what?
She's like, "No, maybe, yes, maybe." What?
He didn't pull her over. He pulled up. She had crashed into another
somebody else's car. Yeah.
And she was sitting there. He was like, "Can you please turn the car off?" She was like, "Oh, okay."
You need to see a doctor. No, of course not. He's like, "Have you been drinking?" No. Yes, maybe. Yes. But okay. Let's go. Yeah, so that's how I feel about the Nashville shooting. This one for me felt like a mental case. The other ones felt like asses. Can we say asses anymore? You can say ass because it's not a cuss word. It's a donkey. But you can't hit donkeys because of PETA. So I can't say
I slapped ass.
They can't beat their asses, because then that means you abusing the animal, and then PETA people come get them. So how do I say beat their butts? I don't know. It just doesn't sound right when you say butts. Whoop their asses. Donkeys and all. No, don't hit the donkeys. All right.
Will kick you. Donkeys are mean. Just so you know, if you didn't know, donkeys are mean.
They probably not mean.
Yeah, they are.
Jesus rode them. All right.
I'm not going there with you.
Yeah, he liked his donkey. All right. Next, what you want to talk about that?
I don't know this one either. First graders banned.
No, why you got that?
Philly water. Oh, I skipped right over that. Screw that. I wasn't drinking that damn water anyway.
I know.
They said Philly water is contaminated, and then they started giving us all these updates. When did it happen? Saturday? Well, it happened like Friday. And then they started telling us Saturday or Sunday.
We got an alert, and it was like, the zombies are coming. I thought it was the Amber Alert, and everybody ignored it.
Like I know where my kid is.
Because no fun fact. It's not a fun fact. But most of those Amber Alerts be the parent taking the other kid, and the other parent is saying that they kidnapped. Yeah. And it don't be a real like kidnapping.
Yeah. You're still with your parents.
Yeah. So what was on?
So
the water.
Yeah, so then they wanted to say, all right, everybody get bottled water and only drink bottled water. But I was just thinking to myself, like,
why y'all drinking that water?
I don't know nobody who was drinking this water for the last at least 10, 15 years.
Yeah, horrible here.
Yeah,
but the thing is washing up and everything.
Yeah, and you still got to wash the dishes in it.
Yeah, so we had our stuff. And then, listen, people, something very simple that you can purchase or you can do yourself, but it's, you can do it yourself too. Activated charcoal. When you put it in, you drink it, or you put it in water, it will take the toxins and absorb the toxins out of the water. So you'll end up having clean water. Now you won't. I don't think you'll have the minerals in the water, but you'll have clean water.
That's what do that with liquor too.
Then
running through our active charcoal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, to get all the impurities out. You get all the
mellow it out. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, we fine. They had a spill up in like some river, but the thing is, what I appreciate living in a big city, and I take advantage of.
I want to get back to this real quick. They was lying to us
because
they was talking about The water's good until Monday at midnight.
Or 3 p.m.
And then it was like, oh no, the water's good till
2:22 p.m. You can use the water.
Yeah, like what? Y'all know what time the water go bad now? Fuck out.
Yeah.
Now we got this much left. We got
and it's like if you're telling people to fill their stuff, then the gallons are going down.
Then wouldn't that time go up? But
so
yeah. That was like if they was already drinking this water, it was already immune to whatever's in here now.
Just ease it on it. Yeah. But so we're good from that.
Yeah, and I made some oodles and noodles one day when I wasn't thinking about it. And I was like, don't say latex.
Oh yeah, it was a latex spill. A lot of things are happening structurally in this country. And like I know a lot of the EPA laws were just dismissed.
Oh, the country's old, and we don't fix stuff. We just build on top of it.
And someone's not regulating these things. We should not have derailments as we had another within the last 3 months or something. That's not. Maybe it's common. I don't know.
Well, yeah, when there's no regulation and there's no infrastructure, that's what happens.
Because we spend our money on war,
even when we're not at it, because we have 3 million bases all over the world.
But really,
so we can watch everybody.
But really the money goes in their pocket.
We talk about China and TikTok. Who really watching? Everybody. We watching everybody.
Yep. So yeah, we good. We're not mutants yet, or are we?
Girl, eye on your neck.
No, never mind. Never mind. So the first graders, it was a group of first graders. Dolly Parton and Dionne Warwick has a new song out. Dionne Warwick,
both of them still on?
Dionne like 92. No, she like 88. And Dolly like 73. So I don't know. But
I think they both older than that, but I don't
know. They have a song that they did together, but Dionne is coming out with Miss Dionne is coming out with or Psychic Dionne. I don't know what her title is. But she's coming out with a new gospel album with the BBs and the CC Winans and like cool Kirk Franklin's gonna be on there, Donnie McClurkin. I was gonna say Hammond, but there's a Hammond in there. One of them I don't know the gospel people. I just know they sound good. So yeah, the kids were banned from saying it because it's like, hey, be who you want to be and be your greatest person and peace to everybody and all. And they was like, no, you don't be who you would be. But when did it come to that? Like, when did it jump to that person? You're supposed to be your own person and be who you want to be, but they went straight to the other part.
Yeah, that's because that's where their heads are.
The kids are like, I just want to be a doctor. They're like, shut it down.
Yeah. You're dumb. You can't be a doctor.
You gotta tell some kids, whoa, you can play doctor, but you shouldn't because you're a nasty little kid.
You're gonna be a patient. That's all you gonna be.
Yeah. You'll be around a lot of doctors. So yeah, that's just corny. Leave these kids alone. A lot of stuff, some stuff you just shouldn't have kids learning that I don't agree with. But the song is about being peaceful, loving everybody in the world, being yourself, being your best self.
But if you're teaching your kid to hate and not be inclusive, they can't sing songs like that because then it goes against my family values.
You know that everybody.
Not everybody. We don't include everybody. We don't like these people or those people because of them people.
Yeah, it's just dumb, and I don't think they should have banned it because Miss Dionne is she still got a voice a little bit, but she got to sing voice, and people be forgetting that Miss Dionne was killing it. And I love me some Dolly Parton. Don't you say nothing bad about Miss Dolly Parton.
Does she be working 9 to 5?
That's one of my favorite movies. Oh, that's one of my favorite movies, 9 to 5. Love that movie whenever it come on. I have to watch it. I was talking to somebody, my friend Chris's wife. We were talking about one of our favorite movies, and her favorite movie. Nobody agrees with me on this, and people think I'm crazy. But Gone with the Wind is one of my favorite movies, and I watch it every time it comes on. It's 5 hours. 5 hours, and it has a 30-minute intermission, so you can cook. Isn't that respectful? Love the movie. just love the movie. So I found somebody that loves the movie. We want to have like a sit down and watch it. But where were we? KC, Kentucky, Kansas City.
Kansas City.
Oh, I put Kentucky up there as the thing. My bad, people.
What?
Kansas City cop.
Oh, I don't know where this was.
Yeah, it was Kansas City.
Okay. That's what KC is.
Oh, it's like C in Kentucky too. So, Kansas City cop told to shoot to kill and protect the whites in the community.
Oh, I do remember. I did.
Yeah, y'all just be doing stuff.
Yeah, he had to tell people like, look, no, y'all can't do this.
What's going on?
He said, I just came here to be a police officer.
But yeah, it was a sergeant or an undercover cop. They pulled, not even undercover. He had his uniform on. They pulled him over. He was like, "Come on, seriously."
And he outranked them.
Yes.
And they still treated
in his own department. Like, come on. And it's definitely done everywhere. Really everywhere. I was trying to give some excuses for some places. It's not. But to tell somebody to shoot first and protect only the whites.
Yeah.
And let's say that's not your philosophy or mentality, but you're part of this brotherhood now, and you don't want to be ostracized or set up or whatever. Because my aunt always told me you don't date cops.
Yeah.
You saw that story about the cop who got off from punching his wife in the face at a bar, and they was like, "Oh, he cool." No, nobody. Yeah, I'm not saying all cops because my cousin is a police, so he's a sergeant now. But yeah. So yeah, this country.
No.
It's got to be at some point where you're like, no. If you just not dance, like, no, this doesn't make any sense. Mm-hmm. I don't know what happened with this story. We're on the cops or whatever, and stuff.
I don't know.
I don't know what happened all the way in the story because I just didn't want to delve into the story because just hearing stuff like this.
I don't know nothing about it. I can't comment on it.
So I'm just going to say it. Something happened Mississippi again. 2 men. I don't know if they were police officers, but I don't think they were police officers. Well, nothing is happening to them. I know that. Were found like they put their two guns in this black man's mouth. Like, come on, Black Panther Party, y'all got to get this thing together. What them people in Japan? They was kamikaze pilots.
Oh, you want people fly planes and stuff? We good.
Listen, people don't be cared about their lives nowadays. They be all fencing all up and stuff. Make some recruits. Just saying, some people. I'm not saying you're supposed to bomb nothing. I'm not saying stuff like that. But Nation of Islam. And then the Philly cop arrested somebody, called him N-word. Come on, can we get a break? It's only been a week.
That ain't new. It's only new because they got cameras.
Yeah, they got caught.
I've been called the N-word by Philly cops, black ones and white ones.
He used to get beat up too.
I was hit with a flashlight once. But that was about it.
And like, I drop you off in a bad neighborhood so you can get beat up.
They do that to other people, and that never actually happened to me personally. I know people that happened. Yeah, I've only ever been assaulted by one police officer one time, but I've run from quite a few.
Because he's a
bad. No, because I ain't getting assaulted.
Boy. No, I ain't
getting assaulted.
I don't like it.
Yeah, you ain't hit me if I did nothing.
Because they're gonna hit you. You know they're gonna hit you.
Yeah, no.
You just dumb to just stand there and just like go, hey, excuse me, need to ask you questions? No.
Yeah, because it used to be against the law to shoot us in the back.
No, it's not against the law now.
We didn't have to worry about running. Like, hey, they ain't gonna shoot you in the back.
We got a pop lock now.
Yeah.
Well, we'll talk about this one first, and then we'll go back to that. Okay. These are just very quick topics I want to throw out there, and do what you want with them. Talk amongst yourselves. Kids strip shows. What is going on?
What?
Because I know y'all be like, oh, don't shame strippers or whatever. And ain't nobody shaming them, but we ain't giving them no shit. They got shame for some stuff. And I'm saying athletics, I don't know what.
We ain't shaming them, but they need some shame. That's what you just said. I heard you. We ain't shaming them, but they need their own shame.
Athletics, I don't know what. But if you popping stuff
in front of kids,
in front. I mean, if that's your profession, that's not something you're supposed to be doing in front of children. It's a space you can't and place for that.
Bring your parents.
Like they did at the well, I think it was definitely a space and place for this, but they have children here too at the game. Can you show me that?
Yeah, the Bull brought strippers to the Bulls game. I think sometime this week.
Pop, but she was pop.
Yeah. And here's my thing. He's getting in trouble for it.
She should too.
I'm fine with him getting in trouble for it. But like, she's a grown woman. She ain't know she shouldn't be stripping in the Bulls game. Why? Because somebody paid her to be there. Because somebody paid her to be there. It was okay.
No, but now they making like strippers being this.
As an adult, you should be like, no, I can't do that here.
I'm gonna get locked up.
But I guess not.
Well, what they're doing now is they put strippers and prostitutes and everything under sex workers. I don't think they should do that because, well, a lot of strippers. Well, if you know what I know,
then
you know
sexually.
Everybody got the price. You said pack up, and then some pack up. I don't know. That's how people get the clap. But so they put they under like this sex worker kind of thing. And it's fine, but they're making it like, hey, sex worker, doctor, lawyer, pick which one. No, that's supposed to be here. That's supposed to be in that curtain at this video store that only certain ages and stuff can go to. Stop putting it. It's like this
the
norm.
Internet now. It is because of the internet. Remember, we had to sneak and see porn.
Yeah, we had
descramble it on the box.
No, I had the chip. It's not. I didn't have it. My parents had it. You can't lock them up now. Yeah. So I had. It was 98, 99, no 95, 96. It was Playboy Channel, and it was Spikes, and then Uncle 78 was the box, and so that came in all the way. But at my grandma's house or something, it was the channel. And like, yeah, you couldn't see it. You flick it real quick, and then they come in the room. You be like, I was trying to get to Nick at Night. Ain't nothing in the 90s but those channels, but trying to get to Nick at Night.
Yeah, but see, all that stuff is so readily available now. They think that it's okay. Kids are already exposed to it.
No.
So now I can just do it in the street, and everybody's okay. No, it's not.
No,
time and place for everything,
and it's not appropriate for let children be children. Some things they're not supposed to be exposed to until they get to a certain age to be exposed to it, because their brain should be able to be focusing on with kid stuff, to develop with kid stuff. So when they become an adult, they're not still doing kid stuff. Come on, I know y'all smarter than that. That's what I was listening to Flame Monroe. It's a transgender comedian, really super funny, and what he said was. When he was younger, because he was talking about like drag shows for children. He said most of those people don't have children, and until you look in your child's eyes, and he said, I don't know about adopted people and stuff like that. He said, like your biological kid's eyes, you won't understand what's appropriate and not appropriate. He said that's inappropriate. They talk about subjects that kids are not supposed to be talking about. Now stripping,
yeah.
How about do gymnastics for them? That's cool, but not stripping. That should be the DHS people should be going down and saying something about that.
Somebody should, other than us.
I know. Ain't nobody got no grandmas no more. Shoot.
Because grandma's
you
at
acting
the club.
Common, don't be common. Johnathan Majors. Oh, my buddy. That handsome man.
I don't know how I feel about this story.
I'm going to say some things about this story.
I don't know. I've seen some things I don't
see.
know.
I got my two views on this because I don't know. I think he's still handsome now. When I heard that he got locked up, I knew what color was his girlfriend, but I knew that before. So I was like, well. Yeah, like a lot of black people are like, well, because really, because anytime we don't call the cops. we might
stab
you. But if we're gonna call the cops, it's strategic. It's better that we call the cops because we won't stab you. Don't play with us. But especially we know that we ain't gonna mess up the bag. They've been together so long, and now he has all this money and all this stuff now. Why would you even put that situation? We'll handle it another way. Oh, okay. Oh, you trying me?
And I think that's basically what the double talk is about it now. I'm thinking it did actually happen. Mm-hmm. But now the double talk is coming in. Oh, I forced you to do it, this, that, and the third. And I'm like,
yeah, okay. I have two things about that. I believe they were arguing and whatever.
Yeah.
I don't think it was just him. But that's my other thing. Just doing it and then it happened. Either way, you handle things differently. I'm not saying you should let somebody beat on you. If they beating on you, stab them. Don't stab them. Let me take that back. I can't advise to do that. These are not the beliefs of the undomesticated joint or the people here in the undomesticated joint forum. I'm just saying.
Yourself.
But no,
biased, they might get stabbed.
But so it's what I'm just saying. But the other thing, what I noticed about men, and I'm gonna say, I'm putting a secret out there. Y'all ain't gonna like me. 9 times out of 10, black men who date white women. I'll say 8 times out of 10 are extremely aggressive. I'm gonna give you a profile. They grew up with mothers who talk poorly about black men. They grew up in a family who didn't like black people as far as black features, dark skin. And if they have all those features, a lot of black girls didn't like them, or they would tease a lot. So they would push. They didn't. And then if they didn't live around white kids, they didn't have an option. So they grew up not being the one to have girlfriends or whatever. Or they could have had that, and still they grew up in a situation where their mom just talked about black men poorly or treated black men poorly. So that is like a psychological thing. So they can be violent, and they will only be violent with a white woman because they want to dominate something. Also, a type of black man who, I want to say a type of black man, a lot of black men who can't find themselves to be able to be a man, they tend to be more of a oppressive type person towards white women than they ever would be towards a black woman. So that's why I say I can believe he did it, but I don't think this was the first time, second time, third time, fourth time, fifth time, sixth time, seventh time. No, that's why I was like, she corny for this time to make it like that. Y'all could have made it home. Like y'all could have made, like he hits you all the time. He got all this money now. We're not going to try to do that. You could have made it home. It may sound wrong, but hey. That's not the first time he put his hands on it, if he's that type of guy.
All right. And I'm going to play devil's advocate and say, some people are just assholes who like what they like. They're assholes and they're going to beat whoever they with. And they just like who they like.
I'm just saying, even when I looked at him before, people were talking about him before he got the buff look. Most people was like, oh, he fine. Look at his nose. And I was like, he gets that all his life because he has African features. And most black people don't like black people with African features. It's a fact. Don't act like people be like, no, that's not true. And then they go back like, but she's black and ugly. Y'all know y'all be doing it and stop. If we admit it, maybe we'll stop doing this stuff. And then we can start liking ourselves again. But it's very true. Black people don't really like dark-skinned people. They don't like people with any kind of African features, African hair, nothing. They talk about it. You know who do like black people? White people do. I know that white people think you're beautiful. They think you in your own natural way more than a black person would. It's just what it is. Something psychologically more messed up with our heads. We need to get over it. But let's admit to it and not be like, no, I don't be saying stuff. I don't be doing stuff like that. Y'all do.
But I don't.
Okay. So
okay.
Let's go on to the next subject. And it's okay if you do, because it's not as if this is something that was not ingrained in you, but you got to admit to it and say, like, if I admit to it, then I'm gonna stop doing it because it's wrong. And then maybe people won't start getting locked up or putting hands on people just because they want to oppress somebody. I don't know, but I'm not saying that's what it was with him. I believe in Johnathan Majors.
You believe? I don't. I think he's fake. I don't think he's a real person. I don't believe in him.
I believe in him. That's all.
No such thing as a Johnathan Majors.
I hope they get it
together.
Like
the boogeyman.
To her, no, that's wrong. That's so wrong. I don't know what happened. Allegedly, what I said. So,
yeah.
Afro Man. I'm gonna skip to that real quick.
Oh. Yeah, the cops tried to sue him.
Ephraim.
Because they kicked in his door and he had cameras.
And they still was stealing money. They was destroying stuff, like doing stuff they wasn't supposed to do. And now they're trying to sue him. And he made a song out of it and had the whole video and he put it out on to the world. Hilarious. So it was a lawyer who went through, like, looked at the case, was like they have nothing. It was on his private property. That's his camera.
And they didn't find nothing.
And they stole money from him.
Yeah. He said,
dun, dun, dun.
The warrant said they was looking for drugs and said he was kidnapping.
Yeah, kidnapping is everything now. Just like sex trafficking is everything now. Prostitution is sex trafficking. Yeah. I didn't know that. If you choose to be a prostitute,
it used to be if you traveled across state lines. I don't even think that is.
Chuck Berry, not Chuck Berry. Chuck Berry. That always made though. But what if you choose me? So then they catch you and then you be like, oh, I'm gonna get you back, pimp, because you hit me too many times. He trafficked me. Trafficked.
No, you got an extra.
Trafficked did. Whatever. He stole her. But he didn't steal her because they was working together. I don't know. Wow. But so anyway, he's being sued. Nothing's gonna happen, hopefully. But let's send love and light to our Afro man. Make sure they don't try to do no sneaky stuff to him because it's messed up. And they will do that, and then everybody, yeah, it's messed up. We're gonna do that one. Okay. It's been a rise with people just taking guns and killing each other, like killing other people. It was a lady on Facebook who killed her boyfriend.
Unfortunately, I had to get off my Instagram because
it just pops up.
It's too many killings on my Instagram and on my Twitter, and I didn't realize how much was on there until I was like,
how is
disgusted.
How is it something that you can? And I was just watching a movie, and it was like an older movie, and they had something on TV where it showed like someone getting shot or their guts was out, and it was like, wow, how could they put on that on TV? And I was like, wow, that was what they was wilding about back then. Yeah. And now when you scroll, somebody busted it open, or somebody killing somebody, and you're like, how do you put murders and stuff?
Yeah.
So one lady was on Facebook Live. She killed her boyfriend because she found out he was sleeping with other men. Can't mess with people's hearts. You don't know how people would react.
But can we not kill people on TV?
No. Yeah, and
can we not post?
Let's stop killing people. And then I don't understand the idea of posting it. That's another weird thing.
We ain't all got to be here, so I ain't gonna say all that.
Well, I'm not saying you shouldn't kill people. If you have no killing people. Y'all do what you want to do. It's not for me to tell you or say allegedly everything. But I mean, why are y'all posting things? And then it was a man. This was so heartbreaking. He killed.
I don't even want to talk about that one. Yeah,
his child because he couldn't get the password to his woman's phone. Like these dumb young mentalities of things. Like, I'm not getting my way, so it's okay for me to take your life. What is another woman in what was it? Walmart or Target was arguing with someone and at the car dealership because she wanted to return the car and he wouldn't allow her to return the car. So she shoots him and kills him.
Did she leave the car? I'm sorry. You're gonna take this car.
Bet you
stay here.
I'm sorry. That's wrong, Anthony. That's so wrong.
And that's how we get desensitized to all this shit. We watch it.
Yeah.
Then we joke about it to keep from being like, yo, the world's over.
Crazy.
Fuck is coming to an end. It's over. The world is over. The last days have come. Oh. Yeah. Jesus came back for everybody he cared about. It's just us left here. Waiting for it all to burn.
You left
me. He left. Yeah, he left you here with us.
I've been trying to go home for so many years. since I was a kid, I've been trying to be looking outside. From a child, I would look outside and say, "Come get me, please. Please make me a bird so I can fly far, far away from here." Oh, every year, every day,
It was like the little kids waiting for dad to come, except
yes.
your dad was in the house.
No, for real. Yes. He did crazy. Both of my parents was home. No, it was like my favorite movie is Annie because I was like, oh, I would rather be an orphan. Maybe Daddy Warbucks would come and get me. And then another movie, what was my other movie? It was about, I don't know, it was about kids like not having. Oh, E.T. E.T. was my favorite movie because I was like, all I got to do is look out there and say, "Come get me, phone home." And I used to sit in the window and stay up until the sun was like at a break. And I was like, that's the special time. Please come get me now. Come get me. When y'all gonna come get me? I used to sit there and try to read leaves and be like, when they gonna come get me? Oh, I wanted to leave. I still come get me. They just found these spaceships. If that's my people's, come get me. Hello. Man.
You're gonna get a probe.
What? Shoot. I ain't better than hey, I'm gonna talk about my personal life. So let's talk about this subject. The city in Atlanta, they were sending out a foreclosure notice to the wrong address, and it kept being sent back. So of course, I think you get like 3 notices or something or whatever, and it gets sent back. They never check the address or anything. They go and bulldoze another man's home, the wrong home, and they're saying they're not paying for it.
You can move in the house we didn't.
Is it what you put? You ain't got proof.
What house? There was never a house there.
The address says this.
Ain't nothing there. That address don't exist. Get out of here.
I was like, wow, the cities in their eminent domains, and that wasn't eminent domain. That was like they definitely owe that man a home. But like how they got rid of the horse stables, they made somebody don't live here from Seattle or something, made a movie about it that was all wrong. They made it all peaceful and shit. They killed a lot of people. A lot of people died. A lot of animals died. Nobody will ever know that because they made a dumb movie about it and put a nice star. It had good actors in there too. Star that's going to make it seem like, oh, urban cowboys. This is what happened. No, we had so many, but there's still stuff. I don't know where I was going with that. But let's think, oh, maybe I wasn't woke. Maybe I was asleep like I did in my show. But this is hilarious. I want to play it. Could you talk about it for a little bit? Because I got to fiddle around with this to play this.
Oh, no. I just want to talk about like how we'll make a term to mean something, usually specific. And then other people will hear us using it and try to take it and apply it to their thinking and their terms a whole nother way and bastardize our slang. I don't like that.
And it's like,
and then when it comes back around, it's like, oh, y'all, we can't use that anymore because it's derogatory.
It's derogatory when we used it.
It was never derogatory when we came up with it.
Because we don't do stuff like
your
that.
Your interpretation of it was derogatory.
Yes, and use of it is derogatory. But when we use it, because one thing I'm going to tell you about my culture, my people, we know how we raised. You don't wish nothing on nobody because it's going to come back to you. You talk about somebody ugly kids, you're going to have some ugly kids.
Yeah.
We don't play that. We be like, I ain't going to talk about your kid. He are nice outfit.
Make faces, nice outfit. It's gonna get stuck that way.
Yeah, don't make faces. Your face gonna get stuck that way. You don't wish nothing on anybody. You don't wish nothing bad on nobody, especially death. You never do that on anybody.
You wish
that's you can wish that, but because they should. I wish they would. But so all that kind of stuff. All right, so we talking about woke. I'm gonna share the screen. And we're gonna look and listen to this.
So, I mean, woke is sort of the idea that.
What am I doing? Okay.
This is going to be one of those moments that goes viral.
And it did. That incredibly cringy
Oh, that's what I did wrong. Definitely.
Like, she was doing great until she was.
I think I did something wrong. Well, anyway, the lady was called out for calling she was kept saying she wrote a book. Actually, she wrote a book on woke. It's called wokeness. First of all, that's not a word. We didn't. It's not. That's not. We don't say woke. You with your wokeness. Ugh.
Yeah, and here's the thing, because they heard it from other white people, they think that it was their term.
Yeah, like box braids.
No, it was already bastardized before you learned about it.
Yeah.
By somebody who had a basic understanding of it.
Yeah, my bad. Technical stuff. We'll just talk about it.
I'll get an engineer one day.
Yeah, one day. Hey. But no, what she was doing, she was on the show, and then that's what I don't have that whole clip. It was the lady, the black lady, the white lady was somehow who wrote the book on wokeness. It's called Wokeness something, and she's like, and it was a white guy, and she said, well, she kept saying in the wokeness is so the black lady making his face was like, what she doing? Could you define wokeness for me? And she was like, well, believe. Yeah. Believe. And she was like, well, it's very hard to define. We defined it in the chapter. And it's kind of, I can't really define it within it's like in 2 minutes. It's just really difficult to define.
Nope.
And then the white guy was like, it's not for you to define, but wokeness is. She was like, well, you tell me what wokeness is. And he was like, well, when you offend someone.
Nope.
And you're saying you're being woke.
Nope.
I said, there's that.
No, because they just didn't understand it.
Or they just changed the term of it. Y'all didn't change the
indigenous
to Negro.
For anybody
y'all
who
know
really want to know what wokeness is, real quick.
Wake up, everybody. No more
it's
sleeping.
Actually paying attention to your surroundings.
Yes.
The things around you, things going on around you. With your problems, the things that are bothering you, what they actually stem from.
Oh, my bad, Ladonna. Mm-hmm.
Not just the surface of I have a problem and this. Why do I have a problem? Where does it come from? How can I truly solve it? Because what I'm doing ain't fixing it. So the wokeness is I see the bigger picture. And I'm not asleep to it anymore. I'm not asleep to what is and just following directly what's in front of me. I see that it's more than that.
And the songs that they made back then was like, be woke, because that's the town that lynched you at this time. That was what the songs was. Look up, like you said, pay attention. This ain't what it is. Stay woke. Stay woke. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, see that Childish Gambino then gave him the option. Like, I'm gonna stay woke. And we don't even tell people to stay woke.
No, it's just you are or you ain't.
Woke. You ain't woke.
Yeah.
Well, that's
when you see people fighting over the same problems and they still twirling in their turmoil, you're like, oh, they ain't woke.
Yeah,
they don't even see what the problem really is because they keep running, they chasing their tail.
It's your wokeness. They don't even sound right.
Yeah, and that's why a lot of people don't like people to be too woke, because you get so woke, then you become into conspiracy theories and everything else, because everything's a big problem and it's the man and then you get to those woke people, and then things get askewed another way, and that's what they take and run with.
Yeah, so stop taking people words and stuff. There's so many words in the whole dictionary that you can keep. They're from other people too. I mean, that's all we forgot about them. Stop.
Yes, just stop.
Because it doesn't mean that. Stop with that homeless in a house thing. And I found out what that thing is probably about. Those California people get infiltrated and they put in Hollywood and everybody start following along with it. I don't play that. You're homeless. I believe they don't want to be considered homeless because so many people with money that can't afford houses, that they are living in like the garages, or they may have to live in their cars. So instead of them being considered homeless, like what we think a homeless person, they change their word to unhoused so it can look prettier. You're homeless.
Yeah.
It ain't. I don't see nothing. Look at it dirty, pretty, or clean. You're homeless. And wife beater. I got some words. Yeah. Why can't we say wife? I can say whatever I want to say, but wife beater. If you get if it's a term for a shirt and everybody know what it is.
Yeah.
Why are people getting butthurt about it?
Yeah. I mean,
I mean, and the person that's wearing it ain't beating you. Come on.
You didn't say
and
you have to beat your wife if you have one on. It just happens to be the attire. Did you really think
that we meant like if you had those what you supposed to do with that? Nobody ever put that.
No, that's how they think.
Oh my God.
It's a direct translation for some people.
I hope not. Because
no.
I hope not.
From as far as I know, that came from What's love got to do with it? Because that's what Ike Turner. Right? Yeah, that's what Ike Turner was wearing. Yeah, that's what Ike Turner was wearing when he beat Tina. So they called them wife beaters, and it.
Stop. If you don't understand something, leave it alone. Maybe everything ain't for everybody.
Thank you.
Leave it alone. It's okay. And if you see it and you interpret it for whatever else, still leave it alone. Because you still interpreting stuff the wrong way. That's not what we talking about. That's not what it is. Leave shit alone.
There are certain words I don't know what they mean.
Leave it alone. Cunt. I don't know what it means.
I don't know. I don't truly know what the word tubular means. I kind of like the way it sounds.
Tubular is tube shape.
Tube shape. Yeah, I know it that way, but I mean in the way they use it.
Oh,
I don't
tubular,
know
man.
Yeah, I don't know. They can't mean it like cylindrical. No. And I don't think it means that either. But see, that's just your dirty mind. But
going there though, really quickly. I have this in here, and then we get ready to get out of here soon. So thank for everybody who joined in and
we started.
How is it possible for somebody to be with somebody and have sex for 10 years and never have an orgasm?
That had to have been a lady.
It was a lady who said that. That's why I was like, how is it that you ain't gotta be woke? Stay woke, fellas. But ain't gotta be woke too.
Maybe that was the problem. She had them all in her sleep.
He's like, I didn't say she has to be woke because that's consent. But he don't gotta be woke. You can do
He's got to be up. He ain't got to be woke.
Yeah. And just, like how do you do that to yourself where you're just like, no, I'm good. No. Sir, you might have to go do something about that. I don't understand that. Ladies, y'all gotta love yourselves more because ain't no way. I'm singing tonight. Ain't no way I'm gonna be satisfied in every way in my relationship.
I mean, if you're doing everything else, just fall short one place.
I'd be homeless with and orgasmic. If that's what I needed, 10 years, you can get sick. Take care of yourself, ladies. And one more thing before we get out here, I'm talking about take care of yourself, ladies. There's a commercial about a woman with a mustache, and I think she's looking at what I saw it. And I had to write it down because I see she went to go shave and stuff like that, and she was like, "No, I'm just going to wear this out." That's a hormonal imbalance. Like seriously. Be whoever you want to be, but when women are growing hair, that means your estrogen levels are very low and your testosterone levels are really high, and that not only causes hair like this, causes fibroids. It causes you have to get a hysterectomy, which you're not supposed to really have to get. Doctors are just taking them, but that's not something to just like, hey, I'm good with this. No, go get a hormone check. Make sure that your vitamins and minerals are balanced. Make sure your hormone levels are balanced. If it's not balanced, then fine. If you don't want to go with medication, there's so many other fruits and vegetables that you can use to balance that out. That's not safe. It's not normal. It's not healthy. I just had to tell you that, ladies. So don't go into that space. I don't have those issues with fibroids. I know a lot of people do have those issues. That has to do with your hormone levels.
There are some ethnic groups that are just hairier.
I only can talk about Black people. That's what I'm just saying. Okay, I can't talk about other people. So I only can talk. I don't be trying to be woke, like taking people words and stuff. I know. I'll be just talking.
I understand that,
but it could possibly help other women too. But what device that I say is for I can only talk about Black women because I'm a Black woman and I know how our bodies work. But it could be the same for y'all too. I would think so, but it may not be. Maybe here it works. Maybe your levels are cool. Maybe it's attractive. I don't know. But really, it does cause so many other things, and it also it can cause you to have cancer. So really, that's my concern. Don't take it as something, ooh, it's cool. No, we're not supposed to have facial hair. We're women. All right, that was my PSA, right? Public service announcement. Oh yeah, that's how I ate the worms before. All right, different story. Everybody have a great week. Thank you for joining in. Have a great weekend, and we'll catch you next Friday. right?
Yeah. I'll be here.
All right, so I got to undo this one, and then I got to undo the live.